Greetings, everyone. Rajee Narinesingh here, transgender activist, author, mystic, actress, reality TV personality, and hopefully I'll be able to say coronavirus slash COVID-19 survivor. Oh my goodness, these are certainly some trying times. So I'm coming to you from my very humble home here in South Florida, USA. And, you know, do you ever feel like God talks to you? You know, that God gives you messages? I certainly do. I've always felt like I've been connected to spirit in some way. I don't consider myself a religious person. Growing up, I did go to church with my mom. My mom is Christian. My dad was Hindu. I used to do prayers with him. They're called pujas. And when I would go to Trinidad, sometimes my aunts would take me to the Hindu temple. So I certainly had, I guess you could say, a foundation of religion growing up. I also, in my late 20s, no, sorry, my late teens, early 20s, I practiced Buddhism for a while. And then that was a few years. And then I just started to like study all of the, what I call the spiritual gurus, read books and watch videos. People like Deepak Chopra and Louise Hay and Marianne Williamson and Esther and Jerry Hicks with Abraham and Gary Zukav, and oh my gosh, there's so many of them. Um, yeah, so I believe that all of it helped to bring me to the place that I am now. And I do go to church. I go to a place called the Center for Spiritual Living. It's a science of mind church or center. It was founded by Dr. Ernest Holmes. And this is a place where all paths to God's are, I should say, all paths to God are respected. So all religions are honored there. It's more of, I would say, a non denominational, universal type setting. People from all walks of life go. And we basically study the universal laws, like the law of attraction, the law of giving and receiving, those sort of things, which really apply regardless whatever religion you are. It doesn't matter. Those laws apply. They're universal laws. And so I don't go every Sunday. I go when I feel it. Usually it's about every few Sundays. But I'm at a place now where I really feel that I'm most connected to God. Like, you know, I pray, I meditate, I feel plugged in, truly plugged in. And all of my spiritual journey, I believe, helped me to get to where I am now. So, these times, wow. I think whether you're religious or spiritual, you're atheist, I think these are times where everyone has to find some sort of faith, inspiration, to really get through these times. I mean, it is something how, in a matter of a couple months, the whole world can be affected on so many different levels. And I was praying today, and one of my prayers that I pray is for divine intellect, divine intellect, that I will be able to have divine intelligence with the different situations that I face in my life. And so when I think about this whole COVID-19 slash coronavirus situation, and I was praying today and I was kind of meditating and thinking about it, God kind of gave me, I think, some messages today. And it happens from time to time when I'm like really in prayer about something, or I have a question and I need answers, or I'm in a situation and I don't know what to do, and I'll pray and then I'll finish and I'll go about my business, whether it's washing dishes or going out to do an errand or whatever I have to do. And all of a sudden, it's like a floodgate. Like the information just floods into my brain, or it's almost like someone places it into my mind. And so that kind of happened to me today. And, it's up to you as a person to then go forward and research and do what you need to do to really get the messages that are trying to be given to you. But I was thinking about this whole COVID-19 virus, and I started to think about the history of the world. And how throughout the history of the world there have been viruses, diseases, plagues that have, affected human beings and killed millions of human beings. And they've happened throughout time, like different periods throughout time. The Oh my God, do I have to cough? I don't have it. Okay, please. Oh, I should have bought some water. Anyway, no, I guess I'm just talking a lot. But yeah, I feel fine, you all. I feel fine. Trust me, trust me. So anyway, I was thinking, they were talking about recently, the news was talking about the Spanish flu in 1918. And then, we can even go further back. I wrote a couple down. There was the Italian plague in 1629 to 1631. The Chinese, I think plague they called it, of Yunnan. Yunnan, and that was in 1855, and it spread and ended up killing 15 million people, not only in China and other parts of the world. 15 million lives, and it really spanned from 1855 to 1950. There were still some cases of it. That's almost 100 years. So, wow. I mean, hey, and we don't even have to go that far back. I remember HIV/AIDS when it first hit the gay community here in America in the early 80s. Oh my God, people were dropping like flies. Oh, it was horrific. It really hit the LGBTQ community. And as a side note, a lot of straight America didn't care and pay attention because they just called it the gay disease. And it was a while before they started to take it serious. And I think there were two things. I think Magic Johnson coming out and announcing that he had HIV. Here it was, this, famous basketball player, African American macho guy, saying that he had it. I think that was a wake up call to a lot of heterosexual America. And also Ryan White. I don't know if you all remember him, but he was a little kid that had it. And people, I think find it easier to open their hearts up to an innocent child. So I think that when he, came out and his story hit the news and everything, people really started to like think, wow, like this is not just a gay problem or a gay issue or LGBTQ disease or whatever they called it. This is a human thing. So the thing about the COVID-19 or COVID-19 coronavirus is that, it's not that you have to be sexual with someone to get it. Like it really intimate to get it, like HIV/AIDS, it was the exchange of body fluids. The thing about this one is that it is like airborne. Like you don't even have to be connected to somebody to get it. And that's the thing that I think is so scary, first of all, and also has made it spread so fast. Because, it can be on surfaces, someone that you don't even know that was in the supermarket before you that touched the cereal box and had it, and then you come along and walk down the aisle and, oh, I think I want some cereal, so it's really, I think that's a big thing of how this virus has spread so fast, and also too the world that we live in now. Our technology and the world that we live in allows people to travel across the globe, like all types of people all over everywhere. And that's another thing that didn't happen back in the day. So um God, you know God gave me a message today, and I think, you know, one of the things that I got was that, yeah, this is a plague or a virus that we're dealing with. It's something that has happened in the history of the world, and we just happen to be here on the planet living through one. We're here experiencing it. We're living through another one of these viruses or plagues or sicknesses or whatever you want to call it that's affecting the world. And people before have done it, and so I think that's one thing that I got, because it's like, in other words, this isn't anything new. It might be new for us in our lives, but in the history of the world, it isn't anything new. And then I started to get more, and I was like, wow. But one thing that, well, there's a couple things that can happen during this to, I would imagine, help us become a better planet, a better race of people, a better human race. And the good thing about now being confined to your home and practicing social distancing is that the technology that we have, I mean, you can be home and there's so much to do on the computer. You can even communicate with people via video call. You can go on sites like Zoom and meet and get together with people online. There's Netflix and Sony and I mean Amazon and all sorts of places that you can go to watch shows and movies, and just a lot that we can do now when we're at home. So I think it's an opportunity for human beings to, like, you know, instead of just watching the same old thing that you watched before this whole thing, maybe watch some like documentaries that you can learn and grow from. You know, um, do something to like elevate your mind, your spirit, and your body. It's all connected, and so I think that's a good thing. And also, I think the major lesson, and this is what I really believe, that this coronavirus is teaching all of us human beings, is that no matter who you are, what color you are, what religion you are, what race you are, what class you're in, how much money you have, whether you're young, middle aged, or old, fat, skinny, all of the things, gay, lesbian, straight, transsexual, it doesn't matter. Despite all of our differences, no matter what, this corona thing can affect you. There's no one that is like, protected from it because of who they are. So the lesson is that we are all in this together as human beings. You know, you may not think that you have anything in common with my life, me being a multiracial transgender woman of color, but we're still connected. And that's what I feel the message God gave me today. My prayer is that once we get through this time, and I hope that it won't be much longer, that eventually this whole coronavirus, COVID-19, will die down. But my prayer is that this situation that we're dealing with will, once we get through it, will make the world a better world on so many different levels. And that's my prayer. So I just wanted to share with you, believe it or not, this multiracial transgender woman of color, I pray. I feel very connected to God and very spiritual. Yes, I think that's one of the things that has gotten me through all of the hardship and the things that I've been through is my spirituality and my belief in the Holy Spirit. So whether you're atheist or whatever you are, spiritual, religious, whatever you are, find something to give you faith and hope, to get to tomorrow and the next day. Because I don't think if you have that, and I always say this in different interviews that I've done, that if you don't even have a mustard seed of hope, how do you even get to tomorrow? Like that zest, that zest to live and to get through whatever. So I'm gonna shut up now. But I had to share this with you all. And please stay safe. And I just I wish everyone the best out there. And let's pray together, because prayer does change things. Prayer is powerful. Believe me. Call it, if you want to call it meditation, prayer, mindfulness. Our minds are powerful. Okay? Everything on the planet that exists, when I say everything, besides nature, trees and stuff, but everything that on the planet, computers, cars, the wheel, houses, clothes, hair. Well, it's some of it is mine, but no. Hair pieces and makeup and everything. TVs, it all started in someone's mind and an idea. It started in a thought, and then the person or people worked to, create it, to manifest it. Before there was a plane in the sky, someone had to think, wow, maybe we can build a container that will allow us to fly like the birds do. So our thoughts are powerful. So let's try and stay positive during these times. And I just want to wish everyone love, peace, and blessings.